Yo.
Yeah.
You know what time it is?
That.
Back again.
Happy New Year.
2018. Just our opinion, guys. We have O in the house.
What's good, people?
We have the return of the one and only, the sensational, the shortest, tallest person in the world.
Yeah.
Kimberly Santos.
What? Yeah.
I've missed you guys. I missed you.
Feelings mutual, my brother.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a really good year so far. All 22, 24 days. It's been amazing. Yeah. Actually, I'm lying. It's been boring as fuck.
Seriously?
I've had essays upon essays. Man, if you need someone to talk about defamation or contempt, right? And if you want to publish something as a journalist and you want to know, is this shit gonna be okay? I'm your guy.
Right.
I'm your guy.
Okay,
No one don't know more about that shit than me right now. And if you want to know about the international music markets, specifically pertaining to UK, the US, and France, I'm your guy as well. I'm your guy. I'm all knowledged up. Oh, what you been doing, man, since you've been on the podcast? Since Christmas, the last podcast.
Christmas was lit. Literally good food, good TV, good company. Kim, I saw the thing you talked about. She's got to have it.
Well, oh, yeah.
I have a few things to say on that.
Oh, okay.
Look, that finale.
Okay, the finale was a bit out there.
What?
That was out there.
Yo, we might need to dive deep into that, but to answer your question,
Hashtag me too gone too far.
yeah, it was a vibe, literally.
it's good,
from no, I'm talking about Christmas. The thing was lit as well. It was a good show. After that, literally, I just been back to what I was doing last year, just grafting. And it's one of them where the goals I have are all mountains at this point. So anytime you check me, it's that I'm just climbing another 10 steps. Okay, it's literally the same.
High enough.
But yeah, I'm good though. What are you saying though, my brother?
I'm good. Santos, what you been up to?
Hi. Yeah, my New Year's was good. It's as my daughter's growing older, I decided to stay at home with her for New Year's,
Nice.
and we baked a cake.
What type of cake?
Victoria's. I've never baked a cake in my life, so I was a bit.
Yeah,
because I was supposed to hold a party for her. My best friend was going. What are you chatting? I'm just hearing you mumbling.
I'm saying I didn't have none of your cake.
Oh well, I ate all of it. Anyway, as I was saying, my best friend was supposed to come round with her kids, and we were gonna have a little party. But then the father of my best friend's kids, it's his birthday on New Year's Eve, so he at the last minute said, I want to look after the kids. So I went to Aries, my daughter, I was trying to think, what can we do? Because she was so excited for the party. So I don't know why. And I thought, let's bake a cake. Then as soon as I said that, I thought, what? I can't bake a cake. I've never baked anything in my life. But then she got excited about it. And I thought, so we baked a Victoria sponge cake. And it tasted really nice.
You put icing on top?
The powdered icing. So it had like a cream
filling in the middle. Yeah.
Strawberry jam. And then it was really nice.
Because for me, I feel like Victoria sponge is standard. You know the ones, but
it's the first thing I've made, man. Come on.
No,
just shitting on your accomplishment.
It's standard.
Your
basic cake.
You completely missed my point. In terms of a good cake, it's got to have that Victoria sponge.
Yeah.
That's my point. Mm-hmm. So anything else, so when it's just a cake with no jam in the middle, it's not a cake to me.
Okay.
That's my point.
Oh, okay.
So that's the bar, that's the mid, that's where...
Bro, she still ain't even made a muffin yet, let alone talk about adding jam and that to... She's like, muffin? What?
Yeah, because for me, cake and icing I love. But cake, icing, and you got to have the jam and the cream in the middle.
No, nice.
Any type of cake, if you ain't got that jam in the middle and the cream, cake. I'm not involved. Exactly, it doesn't count as a cake to me.
Miss me on the jam. It just needs the cream in the middle. I'm not a fruit with my cake guy.
What?
I'm not a fruit with my cake guy. I'm like, fruit is there to the left, cake is there. Because fruit signifies health.
Oh, not fruit
cake signifies death. And I just like my death to be by itself and my health to be by itself. Do you know what I mean? Don't like them mishmash.
So how about you? How's your New
Year? Me, as I said, it's just been my uni work really. Christmas was good. Had lots to eat. and extended family members came over. We had a really good Christmas, really, really fun time. So that was good. New Year's was also great. Spend it.
What are you doing?
I was at a couple of house parties. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the house parties. It was good times chilling with my people. I want to give some shout outs because new people have entered the planet Earth. So shout out to baby Blake. Congratulations, Luke and Sam Thorley. I was out on a night out and then Luke just sent me a picture of him with his little baby boy. So cute. So shout out to you, Luke and Sam, for producing little baby Blake. Me and Blake are going to be going raving at some point. I've already said this is a fact. So that's cool. Shout out to my pups. It was the his first anniversary of his passing on the 16th. So shout out to him. I know he's drinking wild gin and Guinness in heaven at this present moment in time and having fun. And cussing mad people and making jokes. So shout out to my pups. Who else did I want to
can I shout out to Sonia? She had, just before Christmas, she also had a beautiful baby girl called Marley. So shout out to Sonia, Marley and Gavin.
Just bare babies just popping out this present moment in time. Right, okay.
Come on, man.
I want to get into it now.
Like, if I make like random comments, it's because I'm watching the Arsenal-Chelsea match at the moment. So.
Come on, you Chelsea.
Yeah, we've got that stream while we're doing
Let's get right into it. I want to talk about a topic that has been burning me for the last couple of weeks, and that is the Aziz Ansari scandal.
Scandalo.
So, for those that don't know, / everyone should know right now because we've been late because we haven't been recording. A young lady met Aziz, the comedian, at an award show. They exchanged numbers, messaging back and forth, went out on a date, went back to his house, started doing the thing. She was into it, then she wasn't into it. Said she wanted to chill. They were chilling out. Aziz started to, try and push the issue again. She responded, carried on. She gave him brain, gave him head after this, and then went home. And
he called her an Uber.
He called her an Uber. Went home and then checked up on the girl, he had a good night, blah, 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 blah. And then she's expressed her concerns going, well, you know what, actually, I didn't really have a great night, blah, 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 because of some of the actions you did towards me. He goes, you know what, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that you felt that way. I thought that we were both enjoying ourselves. And then she released this on the publication. What's the publication?
Babe.
I read the whole thing.
The whole experience.
Because I was like, so what's the word? Captivating.
My problem here, guys, there's many problems here, but a major issue here is you have a movement going on right now that is long overdue. And then your experience with this man, which by your own words, wasn't rape, wasn't sexual assault. You chose to deal with this publicly after you already dealt with it privately. So you tried to condemn this man's career, his livelihood, because of what? He apologized to you privately. You had dialogue. It wasn't assault. It wasn't rape. By your own words. And he apologized to you. And then you made it a public issue. I have major issues with that. Major issues. Not even all the stuff that I'm going to bring you guys in, are most probably going to talk about. But that is my major issue that no one has fucking talked about in this whole scandal is it was dealt with privately and she made it public. For what reason? Was it to help other young ladies? No, it's not. It can't be. Because you dealt with it privately and it wasn't rape and it wasn't sexual assault. So if it was a case of it was just you just didn't feel comfortable, you've already spoke about it. You move on. Don't condemn a whole man's life. Now I'm going to bring it open to you guys to talk about this situation. It really affected me.
Sorry, I just said we're fucking shit because Chelsea just scored. But in terms of this situation, I echo what you feel, because I feel like there's a lot of people who aren't really victims trying to put themselves in the victim box, and I feel like it kind of confuses and dilutes the message. By reading the whole account, it was a bad date. That's all it was. And you know what the worst part about it is? She went to him first. It's like she drew him in the beginning. And there's a thing where it comes off a story of, I woke up, I did something I really shouldn't have done, I'm slightly ashamed of myself for doing it. I spoke to the guy, and to be honest with you, with the rape thing and assault, you have to kind of feel threatened. Aziz, by all accounts, just by looking at him and speaking to him, is he threatening to you? Kim, are you threatened by him?
He's so cute.
You see what I'm saying? So he comes up to me as somebody. If he says,
we don't need to talk about it because she didn't say it was any of those things. Yeah. So let's just even get that.
My thing is, why are you bringing it up on a Me Too thing if it's not that?
It wasn't. He acted inappropriately. How he acted was unacceptable, and
it's just poor game. That's awesome.
It was very poor
horrible game.
But it was not sexual assault. It was not that. But then you're gonna group him in with these Weinsteins and these Kevin Spaceys when it's not in the same area. And now because of this, and it was badly written as well, that article. And
the woman who published it is another important point to this. She's 22.
Yeah, that.
She's 22.
Because of this,
I don't think
his career could be ruined. His career could be ruined because of this. And he just got his award. And being a person of colour, and he's Asian as well. Do you know how much of an achievement that is? And then she's brought him down when he just won this award. Because
it's one of them things where it's, because let's be clear, right? Like right now, let's be clear. I feel like with Aziz, as I said, he's not someone who's threatened. Like, I feel like he's the type of person, if you said no, he would probably pay for the Uber to take you home. I just think he's, at this point, and again, I do want to say it's a witch hunt at this point, but I think the lesson out of all of this is be careful who you talk to, be careful of how you deal with people that approach you. Because I always had this thing when I was a kid where I was always wary of girls that would approach me. Because the first instinct would be, she must want something, Obviously, when you get older, you start realizing you just rely on your judgment, whoever approaches you, whoever you approach. Yeah. But at the same time, I had to learn the whole judgment thing. But I think when you're a celebrity, it's even more of an important thing where, you know what, take your time getting to know somebody first as to whether you can trust them. Never mind whether they can trust you. The question is, can you trust them? Now, the bigger issue I wanted to mention is apparently there's more girls ready to come out speaking of what Aziz has done to them. Whatever their stories are, I don't know. But that's the rumour. So it's not just one person. Apparently there's going to be more coming out for Aziz. So I don't feel like we've got the full picture yet. But we'll see.
But as it stands, that situation, that's all I know. I'm not going to try and talk about nothing else speculation. Me know this situation. And here's another...
But that girl's bugging though, sorry.
I agree. Because, as you said, she approached him. And then in the article, several times it said she gave off non-verbal and verbal cues. She wasn't into it. So you're telling me that this person was so forward to go up to this celebrity who's in the limelight. You couldn't have verbalized no, that you're not interested. You're telling me that you were so timid by Aziz, who it doesn't look intimidated in the slightest. It's not believable to me. It doesn't sit right with me.
Okay, my question to you, Kim. Have you dated somebody who in the beginning pursued you and you wasn't interested and you pretty much made it clear whether it's through body language or through speaking that you wasn't interested and you eventually dated them? Have you ever been in that situation?
And I eventually dated them.
Yeah.
I don't, thinking back, I don't. But yeah. I've been on some dates where I've not really been that interested, but then I would verbalise at the end that I'm not interested. It would never have gone that far that I've gone to their apartment, got naked and...
Oh, not that circumstance. I'm just speaking in general where you didn't really take a liking to them at first.
Yeah.
You didn't necessarily have gone out with them. Gone on a date with them. It could have been a case of you wasn't particularly interested. Say, for example, you both went to school together. You both worked in the same place.
Oh yeah.
So you would still see each other.
Yeah.
And then eventually, over time, you begin to like them as they kept pursuing you. Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Okay. Now, I've known too many stories where that has happened, and because I've been to probably like 3 or 4 weddings last year, and 2 or 3 of them, to my memory, was that story. Boy liked girl. Now, it's not as if the girl said, "I'm not into you 1,000%." No, it's like girl was moving like she wasn't interested. He's pursued. Eventually, she's developed feelings, lived happily ever after. And it's this thing where there needs to be some type of like course or degree now, or at least a module in a degree. How do I know when persistence? Well, how do I know whether I persevere or leave it alone?
Oh yeah.
Well, listen.
It's nuts.
Just carry on the way it's carry on. This is all fucking fake news and fake outrage and fake nonsense and clickbait. Yeah, right?
Do you know
because there is maybe 0.0.0.0.0.1% that actually believe Aziz did something. But someone wanted to make this an issue to derail. What people don't realise, if you're black or a person of, let's stick to the black issue, and if you don't know what COINTELPRO is. So what happens when you have a movement, people put agents in the field to disrupt. So when you have a peaceful movement and all of a sudden you see anarchists coming in and smashing up things and making it a peaceful process violence, more time, those are people that are paid to actually disrupt that. This is a perfect example of someone going, you know what? We need to put a dent on this Me Too movement and we need to change and shift the narrative. Let's add in this. Women, you need to understand this is very real. This story is nonsense with the Nigerian accent. Now, another thing that I wanted to point out in this situation, we need to look at it through whose lens are we looking at the story? Because a prime example, I was speaking to a girl and we gave the account of our first night together. Everything was right, but there were certain details that were different. Like I spoke about it on the podcast. The girl that I met and I was saying, my South Serene, and I impressed her and whatever. Her account was, there was this guy and he was just facing me, not facing the DJ or anything. And I thought, right, he's brave or whatever. But I was thinking, she was like, I wanted him to go away. In my recollection of the story, it was, she was bang on it.
All the time.
Do you see what I'm saying?
All the time.
Guess what? We don't know Aziz's story through his lens. So everything she's saying, number one, it's not gospel anyway.
Because my thing is this.
It's not gospel anyway.
My thing is this. Whether she's at my yard, I'm at her place. If she's saying no, and she's not asking me to leave, or she's not getting out of my house, it means just not yet. Just play.
Yeah, she doesn't say no until...
she sucked his dick, yeah?
Yeah.
He gave her brain. He munched her box. Now, in Aziz's story, if Aziz was to tell his story, it would be like, she was so bang on it. You know what? I went down on her. I was the man. I made her come. And then she gave me head or whatever. The common denominator will be these facts. She came to the house.
Yeah.
I licked her out.
Yeah.
And she gave me head. Those would be the common denominators,
Man would just say that
in both
without
stories.
all the details.
In both stories.
No, I'm just saying man would have just said that, but...
There were no rape or sexual assault in her story, and I guarantee you there'll be no rape or sexual assault
you know what it is, though,
in Aziz's story.
You know what it does?
So this is fake news.
It just comes down to, like, this is actually important in terms of dating, because you know how there's steps to life and everything, right? I think there is a thing of moving too fast. So an example might be, we might both like each other, but you won't necessarily say, will you marry me on the second date? There's times for certain things. I think, because you know that whole story of you never really got girls before you got famous. I think he's the personification of that. I just look at him, that's the impression I get. I'm like, bro, you were probably the blind pig that occasionally got the truffle. We might have got a couple like paintings in a blue moon just because, but take away your fame, I don't think you'd be even chatting to some of these girls. As a result, you might not learn as much. So I think it's
Jay-Z says on 444 or on the album 444, there ain't no such thing as ugly billionaires.
Facts. But and again, my point, because the point I want to mention is because going back to the Hollywood thing, there's been such a culture of not even objectifying women, but a sense of entitlement. So with the levels of success we have, these things should come to us. So girls should be onto us just because. This process of dating should be a lot simpler because of where I am. Where it really doesn't mean that. It might mean you have a better chance, but it doesn't mean you can circumvent certain laws of human nature. So just comfort, for example. You can only take a girl to a one night stand if she's that comfortable, regardless of whether you're a celebrity or not. You know what I'm
saying? And going off this, and Kim, cue up your next topic that you wanted to talk about. You had another one. This is the last point on this. If we truly want to sort out the main issue, one of the main issues here is we need to educate men and women. Men need to be educated and women.
So this type of thing doesn't happen again. There was a clear line because it was unacceptable.
Where we are getting our education from as men is porn. No. This is
porn and the mandem.
No. The man them talk about it, but we get our education from porn. If you want to look how sex has progressed, even in the bedroom, it's how pornography has gone.
I hear you.
We are more sexualized.
I'm with you.
Things that happen in the bedroom, like what used to be deemed as freaky before, is regular now. That's through porn. The way women are treated in porn is the way men treat women in real life because they think it's real life, right? So that is a major issue that's never talked about, except for Russell Brand. Shout out to Russell Brand, because Russell Brand talks about this all the time, the negative impact of porn. And don't get me wrong, I ain't perfect. Porn all day, every day, yeah? But this is a major issue that needs to be addressed on how we deal with women.
Because you know what it is, I half agree with you. The reason why I half agree with you is because
last point,
I will watch the porn, try it, though that eye did get dashed out the window. that eye did get dashed clean out the window, for whatever reason. So I might say, I'm gonna try this thing, and when it comes to real life, it's like, and that's the thing as well, because let's say, for example, depending on size, right? Because you know a lot of time, man and porn are drillers, isn't it? If your thing big and her thing not necessarily can accompany you, you can't drill that quickly so soon. You know what I want? So it's like you see these things and then you try it out and then you realise, that idea's got to get swerved, it's got to have to be tweaked. So I hear your point. I was going to say as well, before we get to the next topic, Kim, I beg you, can I slide in my topic? Because I think it's going to overlap with what you just said. And it's going to slide in with what you mentioned as well earlier. Okay, go on. Because my topic was with the she's got to have it. My question is, does she? Maybe it's kind of us kind of hating on the game. So
what do you mean?
Basically, right? And I'm not sure I want to spoil it too much for the people who ain't seen it. Have you seen She's Got?
No, I haven't watched She's Got to Have It.
Have you seen the film?
No.
Have you seen the film?
No, I haven't. And that's the thing because I've seen a lot of Spike Lee films, but I'm surprised I haven't seen that one. Yeah, so I just watched the show. But the show is basically about a girl liberated. She is an artist, like a visual artist, and she basically has 3. It's not even side dudes because it's situationships. Because she's told them like what it is. So they've all gone in, told them what it is. Calm. And in a funny way, she's still trying to wife. I mean, they're all trying to wife her and And then the way I'm looking at it, maybe I was hating because this is wild. So I'll throw this situation out to you. If you had a girl that you're dealing with, you're messing with on it's just a joke thing, but she you know you're not her only person she's chatting to, yeah? She invites you for Christmas dinner. And then the other 2 dudes she's fucking with are there. And she's expecting you man to get along. What are you saying?
My G, I don't understand. What is she dumb?
Yeah, no, she.
Is she dumb?
I agreed.
New Year's, fam. I'll tell you the situation. It's not the same. But New Year's, one of the parties I went to, I'm not gonna say which party I was at because it will cause a madness. Yeah, but I was at a party. Yeah, and there was a particular chick. Yeah, that man, whatever. It's a situation. Shit, yeah. And whatever, we're lipsing up, red hair, red at the party. This chick's already got a man, by the way. Yeah.
Of course.
Then some next is calling her. She picks up the phone and then she's like, yeah, we're at such and such. Yeah, come through, where. I'm like, cuts! She goes, yeah, that's my bread. She's waved. We were playing drinking. Yeah. Yeah, that's my bread. Rare. Man, you know when you know this person, like, fam,
don't mug it.
Are you dumb?
Don't mug it. Like, you know.
Why is this? Even listen, I'm your side dude. Yeah. Even if this is your brethren, why are you bringing another dude to our situation right now? Do you see what I'm saying?
This was Street Fighters, bare her talking. How are you walking? I swear down that. And you know what it is that it's one of them where the audacity, like to even think about it, never mind act on it. The audacity. I'm like, who do you think I am? Are you? You know the ones where I'm slightly hating on again because she pulled it off. I know it's a TV show, but it got me in my feelings. And I know there's certain people that might try and pull this off. 3 of your side dudes for Christmas in one party. Nah. Man's getting dashed out. I spoke about this before. Women are taking all the bad traits of men, trying to equal this man and woman thing out.
If it was the other way around, where it was a male and 3 women, that's still out there as well.
He bugging it. Like, first of all,
is not realistic.
I'll be like, lad, you got balls, fam. Like, you can't. If my boy was thinking of doing that, I'm like, lad, please expect to get slapped fire out of your face.
Did she get slapped fire? Did she get slapped fire out of her face?
Blood, that man was just skanking with her, blood. Yeah, literally dancing and fell asleep.
I'll bring this up, Kim. Right? And
I was gonna say
what you just said. Yeah. If a man did that and there was 3 girls, wouldn't he be getting slapped?
Yes.
Okay then.
Now.
No, but
keep that same energy. Reverse. But keep that same energy. Do that to me.
My thing is
actually don't do that.
No, my thing is this. Yeah, my thing is this. There's a bigger possibility of a girl being like you're dealing with being into other girls, or at least be somewhat open to it. There's more of a possibility than man the minute. So if you got 2 girls that you're just dealing with on the side, they both know what it is, and they both happen to be into girls. You might introduce them to. Now, Christmas dinner is wild. No, Christmas dinner is wild. But again, you're speaking from someone that I'm strictly dickly. It's not even a conversation. I'm just saying in that scenario. And again, it comes from me being a hypocrite as well. No question.
That phrase, strictly.
No questions.
One of my favorite.
I am a hypocrite in that regard. Cool. Now, in regards to, and the worst part about it was, they were actually trying to wife her in front of each other. So you know the ones like, they're trying to like, chat to her like, yo, so you know after this dinner, it's me and you just gonna sleep together tonight, right? I know,
because it's competition, but it's not real. That's why.
No, but it made me think: are there women out here actually trying to?
Women are running wild right now. Women are running. I'm telling you.
I've never heard of any cases like that. Because you hear those sister wives where the men have, the poly. I can never say the word polyamorous.
Yeah.
Polyamorous, and they have several girlfriends. I've never actually heard it the other way around.
That brother
Have
husbands.
you? Yeah.
But you know what it is, right? The male ego is just too big for it to even run. Because again, realistically, in the real world, I know. I mean, this is just a TV show, but
actually, no, there are, because I was just watching a documentary. Yeah, in someone would say somewhere in Africa where the women go out. And they've got mad dudes, and they have to.
But is this in a westernized civilization?
It's not West. No,
there you go. I mean, but
what they got, and continue that.
Where the women are out there, the breadwinners, and the men are the women. They have to dress up to plead.
Are they one of many though?
Women, like not wearing high heels, but it will be the equivalent of high heels in their ends. You know what I mean? And the makeup and that. You know.
But are they one of many though? In a sense of
they're one of many.
I'm husband 1, husband 2.
Yeah, the that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I need evidence, sir.
Bro, I'm gonna go find
footage.
this. I saw this literally in the last week. I saw this. Somewhere I was watching this. Yeah, in the last week. I'm gonna go find it.
Because you know what it is?
I can Google that easily and find it.
In regards to just generally game or people just having multiples, as long as you're honest, I'll never have a problem whether you're male or female. But that just got me, like, in a sense of, because a great TV show will have you imagining yourself in that scenario, whatever show you're watching. And I'm like, how these men not just looked at the situation and just not walked out? I don't know. And because the worst part about, I think the most insulting thing out of this was because they tried to make it out like she's in this place because she's like that with everyone. Where basically the way they made the story, it just came up like she's a lesbian because the only one she actually was prepared to commit for was a woman. So it's basically, I'm a lesbian, I'm not really prepared to come out the closet like that. I'm just going to mess around with these dudes.
She's not a lesbian.
No, I'm talking about the TV show. That's to me how it came off. So basically,
no, in the TV show, she's not a lesbian.
No, because I'll go fill in.
Asexual.
So basically, right, she puts herself as a pansexual.
That's it, pansexual.
Yeah, so pansexual basically means I'll have sex with men, women, and transgender. That's what pansexual means. In any case, she is like during the time when she takes a break from men, she gets back with her ex-girlfriend. And then they get together, But remember, when all of the dudes was trying to wife, she's like, nah, dead that.
No, but
when the girl was talking about it seriously, she's like, I'm prepared to commit.
And she explains it as well, out of all of the people that she's seeing, April, the girl that she was seeing.
You got the last line on this topic because no one knows what we're talking about.
She was the only one who had her shit together. Every one of the other dudes, they had their flaws that she couldn't compromise with.
I'm glad you said that because that's how you saw it. For me, I saw it as this. What she mentioned was one of the biggest reasons why she had issues with every man that she dealt with was because they tried to control her.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And her at her essence, she does not want to be controlled. So the girl was the only person, and even then, it's like she wasn't even trying to control her too tough. It was more a thing because it got to the point where she was like, I'm prepared to commit to you. And the girl's like, you know what? I know who you are. Let's leave it. Because I know who you are. I'm not going to try and change you. So for me, that's how I saw it. And it's like the reason why she happened to like her, or maybe the reason why she happens to like women, period, is because of the control factor. Because I do feel that a lot of men, we do feel like a sense of ownership over girls we really like. So say if I'm in a relationship, now she's mine. Not she's a part. And then even though we might feel like I'm hers, we still have that sense of possessiveness. And with her, the main character, she don't want to be controlled by no one. She's made that clear. That's why I took it as...
No, but it's nothing to do with her sex. It's as you said, it was because she was the only one who didn't try to control her.
But my argument is the way the writing was done, they basically made it look like she's basically a lesbian for those reasons, but she doesn't fully know it yet. So my thing is, the writing I'm speaking on, not the character herself, because for me, that writing implied that. Maybe this is
I don't interpret it that way, though.
Yeah, it's funny because that's the thing I love about conversation. You see things differently. But, because for me, it's like, the real test would have been if another woman came in, where she would have been treated the same. That way would have been got an idea. I wonder if there's going to be season 2, I don't even know.
No, there is.
Oh, for
Yeah.
I'm prepared.
So I want to know how they're going to explain that last scene.
Because that's the thing. When that girl came back,
another program about loose women.
Okay, let's...
#me too.
What?
Yeah, great. I'm just saying, there's another program about loose women. Remember what I just talked about COINTELPRO? These programs about loose women ain't doing nothing for your movement. Kim, next topic.
Okay. All right. So my topic was, as a lady over 30, I'm not saying how much over 30 I am. But... no,
I still refuse to believe you in your 30s. I said so off the camera, like, she looks like she's in her late 20s.
No, I'm 34. I'm not ashamed. So I was speaking to my best friend who, big up Shah, who just became single. John,
Shah's looking like snack, bruh. Shah's looking like snack, bruh.
She is a snack, by the way.
Yeah,
anyway, she's just become single and she hasn't been single for over 10 years. So we were just talking about getting back in the game and what it's like.
You might want to
Oh my God, shut up.
On the Insta. Just saying. Go on. Sorry. Sha, you know I love you.
Oh my God! Wait, sidebar. She came to my work on Friday. One of my jobs is I'm a bartender, and my manager was completely drooling over her.
Who's the gamer?
No, I work in another place now. It's a country club.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a what club?
Country club.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really good in Southgate. Yeah, you should come one time. It's over 30s and it's
Cool.
They play old school R&B and hip hop. Anyway, yeah, back to my topic. Yeah, so Charlene, she's just become single, and we were just talking about how to get back in the game, but then also how people speak to you when you're at a certain age and not married. And well, she has got kids, but my other friend who's also over 30 and single, she doesn't have kids. And do you? I mean, like in your situation, how do people talk to you being single? And do you find it irritating that people have expectations for you?
No.
I think it's different for men, that's why.
No, because we are the chasers. So we're the ones that are asking the questions. So the only thing that gets on my nerves is why haven't you... I get this less because everyone's in the same boat. Why haven't you accomplished X, Y, and Z? Those stuff. But I'm like, none of you are Richard Branson, so stop talking. Right? So, not no one. I don't know anyone that's Richard Branson, so don't tell me about my life. You're in your shitty job paying off your mortgage, that you're suffering. I don't really care, so don't talk to me. But anyway, that was a little bit of a rant. But I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know. Is that a female?
Yeah, it might be because I was single up until a year and a half ago, and when I would go to like functions, like weddings or whatever, and I'd be like, oh, I'm single.
Yeah, weddings the worst.
And they look and they do the side thing like, oh, like they pity me. Like, what? And they're like, oh, I know someone who'd be really good. I'm like, what? I'm single by choice. I don't care about being on my own. I enjoy being single, thank you. And if someone comes along, then someone comes along. I'm not going to purposely look out for them. But yeah, I just think it is quite sad that people have these expectations with women that at a certain age you should have children. And if you don't have children, they pity you. Or if you're not married or whatever that you're supposed to do at a certain age, it's just a bit...
You know, I definitely can relate to what you're saying. In my mind, if you've been in your 30s and you've had no long-term relationship, like, at least your friend can say she's tried. Like, because again, she's been in a situation where she's with someone who she's seen that life with. I feel like for me, when you just come out a long-term relationship, regardless of your age, that automatically cancels out any of those questions, I feel, with regards to how come you haven't found someone and I had someone, it didn't work out. And then even the process of learning someone, so it's almost like two different questions. So in regards to how you would get back in the game, I think for a start is time. So in regards to, you can't go straight to one in another long-term relationship or straight after the first one. So I definitely... One thing I'm grateful for is there's so many events now catered towards people of your age. So you can't go West End no more and assume there's going to be people your age. You just can't. Same with me. You just can't.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to go to like only if there's like particular nights. Where it's like a 90s old school like R&B or garage, cool. It's going to be age appropriate. There you go. Or the same way, there's so many other things that are happening. So many different places you can meet people. I think the biggest thing comes down to asking yourself what type of person you want and what would they be doing on a regular basis.
What do you think of these apps? Have you ever...
The Tinder app, I've never tried it. Like literally, I've been to, from like the store.
I bet you have
no, I said I know you have.
Shots fired.
Like, I said honestly, I know.
From the time where, shout out to the man who like remember Black Planet and Facebook. Like some of my people... Yeah, even my so some of my people would do this thing, and like man were getting catfished before catfish actually became a word. So
ASL. You know what ASL means,
bruh. Yeah, so I heard too many of their stories for me to want to then try it. I'm not gonna lie to you, and it was one of those I've never tried it. Even the Tinder thing now is almost like, and I still don't trust it.
No, do you know what? I know a couple of people that have actually had successful relationships and got married. I know 2 people, I think it is, that have got married.
Serious?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I might get into it at some point. It's the same before, because the idea of me being set up on a blind date or being match made or something, you know, when someone's like, yeah, I got someone for you, that used to offend me to my core once upon a time, because it implied that, wow, you don't feel I can get girls. And on top of that, I realised as well, when I was younger, when I used to get, like, if I got set up with someone, it's like, especially from girls, because like, from this, a lot of time, the girl who might set me up with another girl, the girl would be not to my liking at all. It's not even close. So my thinking was at first, wow, girls got horrible taste in girls. But the realization was, a girl would line you up with someone that, the girl she lines you up with is a reflection of how she sees you.
Yeah.
So for me, if you don't rate what you're attracting, you just got to work on yourself.
Yeah.
So I then, again, I just worked to myself just in terms of figuring out things about me and whatever the case is. So the reason I say that is to say now, whenever someone says I got someone, all avenues are open to me. Literally, in terms of, I'll tap to anyone and everyone. House parties, birthdays, Christmases, or weddings, or all of those places that I used to just shut that stuff off. You know, even like the old school African and auntie like Nigerian parties. If you know my mum is already a deal breaker when I was a kid. You know what I was like, nah, I'm not trying to hear that, like my mum's friend's daughter, nah, I'm not involved. When I was a kid. Now, oh no, we opening all doors. Whether I actually would walk in the door is another conversation, but the point is, you shouldn't ever be picky on how you can find the person you're looking for. You can find them in so many places. You might as well be open to all of them.
Do you know what?
Including like Tinder.
It's just come to my attention through my thinking and listening to what you said about African parties. I have been in that situation where the expectation of me to have a partner, it's my mum.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I was gonna say my mum does this all the time. She says it to the point of where she thinks did I speak about it in the podcast? My mum fully thinks I'm gay.
I think you have said it.
My mum fully thinks I'm gay. Like now it's like, because I don't bring girls back to the yard, my mum thinks I'm gay. Like,
I think my mum thinks I'm one person.
So that's the way it should remain, right? So yeah, apart from my mum, but my mum is the biggest person. I don't think I have that expectation. I do believe what you said is right. I think it's more of a woman thing. I think we are the chasers, so we don't really have those questions. But yeah, that's kind of suck. Having those expectations put on you and making you feel not like you're not worthy or there's something wrong with you because you haven't achieved even with air quotations.
Exactly,
right. The goal of being in a relationship is just really stupid.
Honestly, and again for men it's different. I would rather find the right one at 70 than be married 3 or 4 times.
There we go.
Absolutely.
With 3 or 4 divorces. I go biologically, women's a different conversation than men. But say, for example, this was my daughter. I'm like, yo, if you ain't found that, and that's the reason why I say open all the doors, because I feel like the only way in which you can get married in such a timely manner and find the right person is if you're literally chatting to a lot of people to give you perspective on what's good or not. Same way, a lot of the relationships I dealt with, they really gave me perspective on what I want, what I don't want, and what I look for.
Absolutely.
And also, I don't even argue that those situations have helped me become the person that I am now and closer to the person I would want to be, and even the person that would attract the type of person I want. Because an example might be, if I want someone that's super driven, but I'm super lazy, maybe I actually need to work on my drive to attract someone who is as driven. That's what I meant by working on myself. Stuff like that. In terms of qualities and stuff.
Cool. All right.
But yeah, feel no way. I'm sorry, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship. Fuck out here. 10 years? Nah. No one should say no to you.
We are near the end, but not quite at the end, because we have a viewer letter that I'm going to read.
Okay.
Well, I've pretty much got it memorized. So we have Bernadette from the Midlands.
She
did not mind her name being out there. So
Bernadette.
shout out to Bernadette.
From the Midlands.
Right, okay,
Did you say who her favourite
Bernadette.
personality was?
No,
Whether it was you or Kim?
No,
What about you?
Oh, me? Nah. It's not going to be me.
Bernadette has an issue with not even a partner, a guy that she's seen at this present moment in time.
Dump him.
It's always dumping, right? It's always dump him. This guy thinks, no, this again, it's similar to another question that we spoke about before, but she's with this guy and he thinks he's really good in bed, right? So he feels that because he's going for the duration of 15 minutes, he feels that he is Don Juan DeMarco. 15 minutes. So he keeps on acting like he's alpha male and he's giving her the best sex.
Well, does he think that's long?
Yes, that's my point. He feels that she's giving her the best sex of her life.
Oh, no.
And she doesn't know how to tell him that she's not satisfied with the 15 minutes that he's giving her.
Tell him.
What should she do?
Tell him.
Okay, I'm going to open it to Kim and you give me the reasons why she should tell him.
Because, wait, how long have they been together?
She doesn't say. She just said the guy that she's seen.
It depends on how serious she is about this person. If she thinks there is a future, then yes, you do need to tell them, because sex is very, 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 very important in a relationship. So you need to communicate and make sure you are on the same level, you're on the same page, and you both are getting the same satisfaction, if that's possible. But tell him in the most nice possible way, obviously. But if it is just someone she's seeing, that I need more information. If in that 15 minutes he is he satisfying her, but she's just
said she's not satisfied with the 15 minutes.
She needs to speak to him. If it is someone she sees herself being with for a long time, then yeah, she needs to talk to him, and they need to have the communication.
Can I open this question
go on.
again?
Am I being too harsh?
No. I understand what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying. But how long should a sexual encounter actually last?
Okay.
People need to get this clear, this happens
from
too long
beginning,
sometimes.
can I ask you, from beginning of, we open the door,
If you're counting that for the duration.
Busing to the last busing of a nut, whether it's the girl or the boy.
I don't think she's counting the door open.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm asking. This is a question for us. How long should this experience be?
Intercourse. Yeah. When it actually happens.
How long? I'm talking about. I want to know.
Good time.
Yeah, that's from when the thing goes inside the.
How long?
No, how long
in minutes?
Oh, how long?
Yeah.
How long? Good time.
Yeah.
How long should sexual?
20 minutes.
Session?
I say 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes. That's a good.
20 minutes. Okay, now are we saying?
Well, I'm not
20
saying
minutes?
that's a session. That's not a long session.
How long should a sexual session last?
I think 20 minutes is a good ballpark.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 20 minutes just fucking or oral sex, foreplay. Are we talking about? This is what I mean by session. So you trying to tell me sex just fucking has to be 20 minutes?
My thing is this. From the time
get back to me.
Okay, yeah, because I got corn, so the thing's gonna go. I can't even hold my tongue.
Can I just establish 15 minutes is not a long session, so get that out of your minds. It's not.
What? Just penetration?
Nothing to be happy about. 15 minutes.
Okay. All right, but I need to. What are we defining as a session?
Okay.
The session has to be
To answer your question,
from kissing to busting a nut.
To answer your question is this.
How long?
For me, the fact that she even knows how long is alarming. That's my point.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be about how long it is. It should be how it feels.
Yeah.
There's 15-minute, 20-minute sessions in the right conditions, whether there's a amount of sexual tension or if it's a quickie, it could be good as a variation. The same way, for me, foreplay takes a minute. Never mind. Not just 1 minute. I mean, you know what, like the New York minute.
I don't want no minute.
Foreplay takes a while. Same for me as sex. For me, the question isn't about the time. The question is he pushing her buttons? That's the question. Again,
Probably not. Judging from the sound of this email, he probably
But again, as we know, buttons with women in that situation does take time. Point big, point
But
blank.
let's
But
keep.
Okay, what she needs to do is talk to him. Just say what she likes him doing. Like, oh, I like when you kiss my neck. I like when you just encourage him to do it for a longer amount of time and not just that's it.
Because this is the thing, where there's so many variables. What if you can't hold? Like, yo, blood, like my step.
Well, he needs to learn.
He gotta learn today.
He gotta learn today. How old are they? Do they say?
No, it's not.
Because the thing I wanted to get onto you about was in regards to you should only tell them if you really like him. Nah, tell me because you just like me as a person. You just want to help me improve, regardless of where this goes. Like, because
it depends on the person.
Because for me, let's be clear.
It's only the enlightened brothers
not everyone wants to hear that, especially guys.
No, because let's be clear, right? Whatever number I'm at in the bedroom, let's say I'm at, say 50 out of 100. If it wasn't for the people I've had sex with, my expertise would be like 15. I've learned a lot from people.
You guys are still beating around the bush because you have not given me a minute number on how long a sexual session should last.
No, you know what? The reason why I say that, right? The reason why I say that is because I've been in scenarios where after, like, because again, I'm not gonna advertise my thing, but it really plays. Let's say, for example, your thing's big, right, and her thing isn't, or it takes her time to warm up to even take the thing. If you go in too fast, it will get to a point where it start hurting. And then you just go and drop the session ananyway. And then, again, for me, like, let's say, for example...
All right, Big Daddy.
Not even that. Because my point is, I don't want people to start thinking... I don't want people to start thinking, yo...
Real magic go.
Not even that, but... I don't want people to start thinking, yo, there's a magic number.
As
long as I hit 45 minutes.
No, listen...
I don't want people to start thinking there's a magic number. So like, yo, as soon as I hit the 45-minute mark.
I think on average, 20 minutes from foreplay to finish, 20 minutes is a good average session.
Thank you. Yeah. That's why I'm glad Kim. This is why I wanted Kim to give me the number because it's important for a woman to give the number. Because 20 minutes is spot on.
I struggle to, like, the thing is, I can't fuck to like a shot clock or a timer. You know
what I'm not saying that. Look, I'm not saying 20 minutes, ding, 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 ding. No, I'm talking about on average.
Yeah, try and savor the moment a bit longer.
Look, once you're especially if you're in a relationship, bruh. After a while,
it does happen when it's like.
You know each other's spots. You know whatever. Blah 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 blah. Let's go and watch EastEnders. Do you see what I'm saying?
In the beginning of a relationship, it should never be 15 minutes. That's just.
But when you're really enjoying foreplay and you can be doing madness.
But
that's
the
15,
thing is, like,
half an hour. When you're really, that's half an hour in itself. Now the banging part, bro, that is really when you build the chemistry, the right chemistry where you feel comfortable. It can go on. Okay, it can go on for ages. And when I mean ages is just straight penetration. Yeah, if you're going for longer than half an hour, that is nonsense. Even if you're making it to half an hour, why are you fucking for half an hour? What you do? No, give me the side eye. Can I ask you a question?
Like,
why are you? No,
again,
listen.
I'm not gonna commit.
No, hold on. What? Okay, hold on. Wait. Let me break it down. Let me break it down for you. Yeah.
Okay, God.
This is just penetration. Bang, 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 doggy. Bang, 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 missionary. Bang, 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 side. Bang, 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 bang. In the air. Bang, 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 bang. Rodeo. Bang, 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 bang. Reverse cowgirl. Bang, 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 bang. Bang! 15 minutes, you're done. If you get to the half an hour point, you're like, wow, this is start thinking of what you got to do tomorrow. What I'm going to eat for lunch.
Disagree.
What
are elaborating?
There are the moments where you're in the moment and sex can last for ages. I've had those moments where up 2 hours have gone past and you're still in the sexual moment. But those are not the norm. You ain't fucking for 2 hours every day.
But let's be clear, right? Let's go back.
Fucking 2 hours.
Let me go back to my biography. Yeah?
Let me tell you, if you're fucking for 2 hours every day, let me tell you something about your man. Let me tell you something about your man. Yeah? Let me tell you, if I don't care
2 hours.
who takes feelings about this. If your man is fucking you for 2 hours every single day, yeah?
Crazy.
You never heard
He
of
needs ambition in his life. Yeah? Because clearly that is his ambition.
Hater.
He has none. Yeah? Real talk.
Nah, okay. I was gonna say, right?
Hours.
Because
Every time.
Because from when I grew up, yeah,
You know he's been
like
prison.
the minimum was like, yo, 30. If anything, if you can like do it for an hour, you're a rude boy in the thing. Like, so if you want to be like, yo, man, busting up, because the whole 5 minute thing, that nah, we're not trying to do that. So I spent so much time trying to learn the whole control and not bust so quick. I almost became too good at the shit. But at the same time, in regards to, because I'm somebody that, when I'm into the moment, you won't see me touch my phone, all of that stuff. So I'll be honest. When
Most
it comes,
people are like that.
yeah,
Don't
so,
touch your phone.
No, I'm saying that too, even just the whole foreplay stuff and just talking to someone and getting to know them. So my point is, I won't have track of what the time is until maybe afterwards. I'm not saying, okay, 15 minutes, so I even hate, because you know when you're a kid as well, it might be a thing where, cool, my mum's coming at this time, so you might have a certain window of time. And obviously, when you're going to box a girl, it's not as if, wow, okay, we're going there, I'm giving her 5 minutes or 10 minutes of when I'm there to actually get warmed up, then we're gonna start doing it. It happens when it happens, bro. So
I'm a grown man, yeah? And once you're grown, it's not a competition no more. With young men, it is a competition. So I have something to prove. Oh, listen, your only objective is to have fun and make sure she busts a nut.
That's my point. Because if
sex is done.
The thing is, right, my point is, if she busts...
Unless she's one of them girls that like to multiple bust, then you can have fun. Then it becomes interesting.
Because you know
but that's a different story. But those girls are like leprechauns. They're few and far between, but not all the time.
Like, let me just the point. If she enjoys herself and if she busts or whatever it is, it doesn't matter how long or short the thing is. That's my argument. So the timing is not the focal point. The focal point is the enjoyment.
Well,
and it doesn't mean, and the enjoyment for me isn't
in about 7 minutes.
For me, the enjoyment, because again, time is an illusion.
Yeah, I don't think you can put a cap on how long.
Yeah, time is an illusion. How many times have you done something for an hour and it felt like longer than an hour? Or you've done something for an hour and you feel like a short.
We can put a time on it because the average, I'm gonna tell you, because the average amount of time, right, that people have sex with is 10 minutes.
Yeah,
less is not even 10.
But in the same way, and this is the thing, right?
So we can put a time on that.
And again, I'm not trying to advertise or promote myself, but I've been in sessions that will happen to be 15 minutes, and the person that we were like, yo, that was live, or they gone straight to sleep, or we both gone straight to sleep.
Kim, and I've just said the perfect amount of time is 20 minutes.
I said average.
You said. Well, I said, what's a good?
Listen to what I said. I said average.
So what? So answer the question then. I asked you specifically.
Personally, it depends how I'm feeling, but I don't want to say too much without,
Look, the point to answer my girl's question. To answer my girl's question, because when a man keeps, that saying about the empty barrel makes the most noise. So when my man's promoting the thing, you have two options. You can either be super harsh. Be cool to be kind, build, destroy and rebuild. So he can humbles himself. Cool, you can do that. And it might, like say for example, in your situation,